5 years ago, I started my first business. It's called Mightier, and I successfully grew that business to 2 cities, 15 employees, and millions of dollars in revenue. But in the last year, I decided to do something completely nuts. I decided to start my second business. It's right here. It's called Soona. Soona is the world's first same-day photo and video studio. Think Kinko's for content. The crazy thing about this entrepreneurial journey is that it's really messy. And I thought, we're a photo company, we're a video company. Why not take you on the journey? Why not show you transparently exactly what goes on inside of the entrepreneurial process? Sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's an absolute nightmare. Welcome to the journey of Soona. So for this very first vlog, I thought I would share one of those things that you just cannot anticipate, the real dirty, not so awesome stuff that happens when you start a business. So let's rewind to October of 2017. I signed a lease on this amazing retail space on South Broadway in Denver, Colorado. We're surrounded by really cool local breweries and interesting local businesses. I could not help but be excited and start envisioning the future. Our plan was very clear. We were gonna open this location about 6 months later in the spring of 2018. We knew exactly what we needed to do. We got the architectural renderings, we hired the contractor, we had a plan. And then everything went sideways. There were issues with the foundation, there was issues with the roof. We had to completely change our timeline. We didn't change our timeline once, we didn't change it twice, we changed it 3 times. We were gonna be opening a full year later than I had initially anticipated. And that causes a lot of stress, right? It costs a lot of financial stress, it costs a lot of time stress. Oh, by the way, I got married in the middle of that, and so it just costs a lot of personal stress. And honestly, the thing that has come out of this for me is realizing that you can have a business plan, you can have every strategy in the world that you want, but as an entrepreneur, there are gonna be things that you cannot control. And so I want to give you 3 tangible tips for how I manage the stress of those things that I cannot control. The strategies that I use that help me get through the day when I really feel like, are we ever gonna open these doors? Are we ever gonna make money on this business? Let's talk about those. The first thing I do is lean on other people. You know, you don't do this by yourself. Even though you might be a solopreneur or you might be a new entrepreneur, you might not have any employees, but you still need to have people that you can lean on. Friends who are in the business, your contractors, your vendors, the people that you work with day in, day out, your clients. I often find that one of the most surprising parts of this entire journey was that our clients were the ones who were reaching out saying, hey, we're so sorry to hear that the timeline has been delayed. What's going on? Is there anything you need? People want to help each other. And so if you can lean on other people, you won't feel so alone in this process. You won't feel like there isn't an option for you on how to make it better. The second thing that I like to do is I like to look for answers outside of myself. Sometimes as an entrepreneur, you feel like you have to fix everything on your own. You feel like, oh my God, there's a problem, I need to come up with a solution. And in fact, that is completely the wrong way to approach it. I don't know anything about city permitting. Why would I know anything about city permitting? When we started running into issues with the city, I reached out to people who were experts. I started reading blog posts from people in the industry who had good advice about what to do. I started gathering information. And in that information gathering process, I started to build the confidence that I needed to make better decisions. So that when I did decide to make a decision, I knew that it was backed by something tangible and real, and it reduced my anxiety about whether or not it was the right decision. The third thing I suggest you do is have a business plan that's flexible. Don't lock yourself in on specific dates. Give yourself the wiggle room to be able to adapt and change as the situation evolves. For example, we are now targeting an opening date of spring of 2019. We didn't say May 1 of 2019 because that doesn't give us the flexibility to react to what's going to happen. And as we get closer to when we can actually open, we have a plan for how we're going to unroll that. Exactly what steps are going to happen from the opening party to the marketing strategy to launching the website. And that timeline will be impacted to what actually occurs in reality instead of what our dream situation would be. One of the most important things that I have learned over the last 5 years is that I am not alone in this entrepreneurial journey. Every challenge or problem that I have ever had, I found that there is some other entrepreneur somewhere else who's had that exact same experience. And honestly, there is no reason for all of us to feel so alone in that journey. And that is why I'm inviting you to be part of the journey of Soona with me. In starting my second business, I had this amazing opportunity to show you inside of the problems, the stresses, but also the victories and the successes of starting a company. We can't wait to show you what we're working on. So please do subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you next time in the next video.